Yo, this is Dova Blackhat Gaming. I do RPG games like Elder Scrolls and Fallout and many more. Subscribe to see more and enjoy the video.
Study the history of Solstheim, but it's the skull who intrigued me the
I
most.
am in no mood to talk, outsider. One of the skull has gone missing. It is Baldur Ironshaper. As our only smith, Baldur is very important to the village. I do not remember Baldur acting strangely. Although now that you ask, I did see something in the woods on the day he disappeared. I saw two elves in the far distance dragging something behind them. Hunters often visit our land, so I thought little of it. South and west. If your road takes you that way, perhaps you could search for any sign of Baldur. The skull would be grateful.
I wonder where that Stalrim blacksmith went. Let's see what we can find. Just as much as anyone, really. That it's an ore that's extremely hard to find, and supposedly, it's very durable. Right behind you.
Unless you're looking for a fight, now get out of here. Steer clear of this cabin. That's close enough. Move along. I'm warning you. There's nothing for you here. Back. Off. I'm warning you. Back off. Come on.
Bad idea.
That's it! Ow! That's your face!
I can hardly even breathe.
Hey, I'm glad you're here with me.
Please, someone help me! I'm a prisoner here. Please, you must help me. Outsider, I remember you. You're the one who freed the skull from the dark spell. Thank the All-Maker that you have come. These accursed elves have taken me from my home. No, my wounds are not serious. I don't think the elves were trying to harm me. Perhaps they intended to frighten me. At worst, I have a few bruises to show for my ordeal. I do not know this word, Thalmor, but if you mean the elves, they were trying to learn the secrets of forging Stalrim. Their leader, an elf named Ankarian, has a map. He says that it shows the location of a hidden source of Stalrim. Enchanted ice, as hard as iron and as cold as death. Stalrim can be forged into deadly weapons, but the art is known only to the smiths of the skull. They have a ship. They took me there and showed me the map. You will find it on the northern coast of the island. Please, do not let Ankarian make his weapons. Kill him or let him live, but take the map from him. It belongs with the skull. I will return to the village. When you have the map, please bring it to me there. And thank you. May the Allmaker bless your days. I am truly in your debt, my friend. I did not think the elves would keep me alive for much longer.
The Thalmor just can't seem to stay away from doing anything dreadful in Tamriel, can they? They might even give some Daedra a run for their money. Now, let's go to this ship and give those knife-ears the punishment they deserve. Oh, sorry. Shouldn't have said that. It's just the Thalmor I dislike. I'm not chauvinistic.
Verheim! Sie!
You are trespassing here. I strongly suggest you move along. You will find him on the deck. Any hint of treachery, and your life is forfeit. If you see any signs of Talos worship, it's your obligation to report them to me. Leave at once. Do not test me, or I promise that you will regret it. So you know my purpose here, then? I suppose you must have found that dullard of a blacksmith. Unfortunately for you, my mission here is also a secret. To protect it, I have no choice but to silence you. Now, give me one good reason that I should not kill you where you stand. I admit we are not making the progress I'd hoped. Perhaps you're right. This venture might be more trouble than it's worth. Very well, you have convinced me. We will depart the island shortly and seek our weapons elsewhere. Stay out of our way, or I promise you'll regret it.
I'm glad we're together.
Hey, so... I'm afraid this is where we'll part ways. Well, not like before, when we first got to the island. I'll just need to take some moments in there with my mother. Thank you for everything you've done. Not just for me, but for my family. My father's, but the father I knew from when I was a child. He would have been proud of what you've done. I know you want to go in there and help support me, but this is something I need to do alone. I'll see you back here when I'm done. Hey, I'm back. I'd rather not talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, not even with you. Sorry. You've been so helpful to me all this time, and I do appreciate everything you've done. There's just some things I need to keep to and deal with on my own. You weren't there for the previous 2,000 years I was around. Yes, I talked about it. Some of it, at least. But what I've shared doesn't even come close to the complexity that was this mess. You weren't there for the previous 2,000 years I was around. Yes, I talked about it. Some of it, at least. But what I've shared doesn't even come close to the complexity that was this mess. If you want to know how it went, I can say this. It didn't go well. Not at all. But what did I expect? How foolish of me. That I could just talk to her now and everything would be fine? If there is hope for my family to recover, it will take time. A lot of time. No, it wasn't. At the very least, my mother and I agreed to start exchanging letters from now on. I'm not in the shape to physically spend time with her. Letters should do the trick, at least for now. She still doesn't trust you, at all, so these will be strictly private messages between her and me. And to respect her wishes, I'll keep it that way. So, no peeking, all right? It's a start. A good one. Thanks for bringing it up. Almost forgot about it a bit there. Now, let's get back home. I could certainly use some ale in my belly right now.
My son and I gather items to trade with travelers who...
It is good to see you again, my friend. Did you find the elves at their ship? I know you faced great danger to bring this map to me. There are no words to tell how glad my heart is. Thank you, brave one. I name you Friend of the Skull, and I will trust you with the knowledge of forging Stalrim. If you bring Stalrim here to my forge, you can use my tools to make what you will from it. Until our next meeting, Skull Friend. May your hunts always bring you game, and your crops grow tall and bountiful.
Wolves and bears among the trees since the last dark moon.
I fear to think what would have happened if you hadn't saved. Take a look.
The beasts are driven north in search of food.
Farewell, strong one.
The ashfall in the south kills the plants upon which the small creatures feed. As the small creatures north, the large ones that prey upon them must follow.
If they grow hungry...
I heard from Dior how you went in search of Baldur. That was very brave. And in fact, that's just the kind of courage I'm looking for.
The hunting will be easier with the beasts so close.
We're nearly out of coal.
Quite
again.
right. Quite right. This,
I could
however,
travel
is
to Ravenloft
paying
and
work.
purchase some more.
Allow me to explain.
True.
As
But
a
I think that
scholar of
Edla would be
history,
hurt if you didn't
I've
give her
always
the chance
found
to trace
Solstheim to
them
be
first.
most intriguing.
You know how happy it
I've
makes me
made
play
many
with
forays
Billy's
into
head.
the ancient ruins that
You
cover the
speak
island.
the truth, Baldur.
I've come to know those
Makes my heart
ruins so
glad to
well,
see her keep
I
you
could
busy
draw
after
you a
Hythmir's
map
death.
from memory. That's
Very
why I
well.
noticed the new
I'll ask
passage
Edla
the
to
moment
trade
I
with
laid
some
eyes on it. An old tomb, I think. It must have been opened by an earthquake that accompanied one of the Red Mountain's eruptions. I'd love to have a closer look, but those old ruins can be dangerous, and I'm no adventurer. I'll pay you to watch my back down there. I'll be heading back there soon. If you're interested, meet me at the ruins and we'll see what we can find. Now I'm off to pack for the expedition.
So, off we are to another Nordic tomb. Just lovely.
Hope everyone enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And hit the bell icon. See you all on the next video. Enjoy life and stay.